Alright, what's up everybody? Back with some more forestry, and we're just about to wrap up on this job site here. I've got just a few more trees left to skid up and delimb and then load up on the truck, and then we're ready to roll. We'll be moving on to a little further north. Well, I was doing some checking on the mod sites today, and nothing really of any importance. There is a new dual log fork which I used in the last video. The guy went back and put some straps on it, which I don't know, it's kind of silly to me, but the one I got works just fine, so I'm just going to stick with it. And so far, you know, not much else in the forestry side of things with the mods. I was hoping for some skidders or something by now, you know, just nothing. But I'm still hopeful that that FDR logging will come out with his equipment, which has the upgraded grapples, and he's got a new map coming out too that looks pretty nice. I was watching him do a little modding and playing with it. It's nothing but trees pretty much, and it's got a kind of a desert area and a little swampy area and a lot of kind of like this, you know, mountains and rocks and type terrain. So yeah, I'm just kind of patiently waiting until Friday when he releases that equipment pack and the new map. Oops, what's the wrong way? But yeah, I'm really liking this skidder, even though it's a bit large. I do miss my other skidder, like I've mentioned quite a few times. But anyway, this skidder here, it's got some power, and it will go just about anywhere. It drives right over these stumps and hills, and it's really nice. And as you can see with our money in the bank, I did quite a bit of off-camera work on doing some chores, and let's see, what else did I do? I guess it was mostly chores. I did not, however, do the one where you harvest the potatoes, which takes about 2 hours. No thanks. I think I did about maybe 3 or 4 chores for some different farmers, and we're still not quite to our 250,000 we need for the forager in that header, but we're getting close. I'm going to see what we get with this load of logs, and we'll do some wood chipping to get rid of the tops, and we'll see where we're at after all that. I'm hoping that we'll be close. But, you know, like I said, I'm not really too hopeful that we're going to get a whole lot out of those poplars. I mean, the price you have to put in and the price you get back out, I don't think it's going to be worth it. But you never know. I mean, we'll have the equipment anyway in case we want to go back and do it. But, you know, then again comes that big decision whether or not we want to switch to a new map. Whenever that FDR login map comes out, I'm going to take a look at it and see if there's places to sell wood chips, and if you can buy saplings and all that good stuff, then that will all play into it. And I guess the other big news is, you know, as I'm recording this, it's Wednesday, which means that the election's over, and we have a new president. Yeah. So if you didn't watch the last videos, I kind of mentioned that I really didn't have a dog in the hunt, so I didn't really care either one of them. Alright. But you know, it is what it is, and maybe it'll be a good thing. Let's see, okay, I should have enough here to finish out this load. And that one's going to be too long. Yeah, I cannot wait until I can get a harvester so I don't have to worry about cutting all these logs up. And I know for a fact that two game days those poplars are going to be ready for harvest. And according to one of the YouTubers, if we wait too much longer past when they're ready to be harvested, there's a glitch in the program which will basically make them green back up, and then you can't harvest them for another 2 days. So we'll definitely have to watch that and make sure we know when they're ready to be harvested. And I have not tried re-downloading that latest patch for the game. I'm not for certain either that that's correct. I mean, I really wish that Giants on their website would put out the patch there instead of these weird mod sites where you're not sure where these things are coming from. But, I mean, if that's the only option, then I guess that's what we'll have to do. Or I wish somehow that they would, in the game itself, it would say there's a patch available, would you like to download it, yes or no? I just don't remember if that was anything in 15 or if that was, you had to go download them somewhere else. Just can't remember. Oh, look at there. I've forgotten that does have straps on there. That's pretty nice for, picking up more than one log. You can strap them so they won't go anywhere. You just gotta remember to unstrap them. Well, they are unstrapped, right? Yeah, this is the only thing I've had an issue with this particular mod is the logs just don't want to come out of there. There they go. Alright, well, we've got just a little bit more room here for probably 2 or 3 more logs. So I'm going to go ahead and throw at least a couple more on here. And then once we get the truck back from the mill, I'm going to go ahead and load up the little skid steer. I'm going to go get the lowboy trailer, load up the skid steer and that little attachment over there for it. And then we'll move it over to the next job site and probably go ahead and start cutting down a few more trees, or a few trees over there. Yeah. Fell out of the grapple. Alright, let's throw that one big one over there on there, and then that'll do it for this load. Okay, go ahead and get that to the mill so we can get some money. Let's see. Yes, that's the right side. I think I've already got this one cut up into the right length, or at least close. Maybe a bit long. It's probably going to be too long. It didn't stay in the grapple. I'm just going to throw it on the trailer and then we'll cut off the end if we have to. And now, one of these days, once we get enough money built up, I think I want to go for the harvester first, get that Ponzi Scorpion. But then at some point I do want to get a different tractor to load up the logs, because this one is okay, but I don't think I got the wide tire version, and I was really hoping for something that had dual back tires, so it would help, you know, with the balance of the tractor and all that. Let's see, that's not exactly where I wanted that log. Oh well, it should ride in there. I mean, get the straps on there, it should work. Okay, now why is that hung up? Well, I got my grapple hung on the side of the trailer. That's not good. I'm afraid I'm going to tump the trailer over. Definitely don't want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is it's a bit glitchy. I was noticing last night I was doing a little bit of work off camera, and I noticed that as I was doing something, this tractor with this grapple on it was just going nuts over there. It was just flipping all around, and the tractor was upside down and all kind of stuff. And there we go, finally. Good grief. Alright. Let's get this delivered. And before we do that, this tractor right here, I don't think I'll be needing this for a while. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drive it over to the sawmill where we're going to be unloading the logs, and we'll leave it there to use as the, you know, trailer tipper or whatever we want to call it. Yeah, if you've got the game and you're playing at all, a good way to get some extra money is doing those chores. You just go to the fields and go over there to where those little blue circles are, and you can click on those, and they'll show you what the chore is, how much they're going to pay, and what your time limit is. For the majority of the ones I've done so far, they've either been fertilizing, plowing fields, or harvesting fields. And sometimes if the field's already been harvested, they want you to sow seed them with sow them with seeds or whatever, seed them, and generally what I've found is I can complete those chores in about half the time that it says it needs, and then if you do that, they'll give you a time bonus. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my Tractor right there. I wonder if I should drop that pallet fork or not. Probably should have done that back at the shop. Oh well. Okay, so let's get our truck and log trailer here going, and we'll get over there to the sawmill and sell off this load. I hate how that camera does that. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness we had the straps on there. The straps do work, people. I'm so glad they added those, because right there would have been a case where I probably would have had to, well, not probably, I would have definitely had to reload the whole truck. So, glad they put the strap system in. Now, the question is, can I flip it back over with this tractor? Well, one thing I guess we can do is maybe unhook that. Maybe I can come around to the other side and kind of push on it that way. Of course, a big giant rock is right in the way. Uh-oh. Get out of the way of that rock. Okay, now let's see if we can get it tipped back over. It's too heavy. What to do, what to do? First things first, let's get the truck reset. And to do that, I think we can just click on that. Yeah. Reset. Okay, it got reset to the shop. Okay, so now what we got to do is try to get this trailer flipped back over. I think I'm going to have to use possibly even 2 tractors. Okay, so that one's about as far as it's going to go. Let's get this back down there. Well, this is part of it. Dump your log trailer over, and now you gotta figure out how to get it back up right. Really, I don't even know if this is going to work. Maybe with two of these tractors I can kind of have one like that one's already kind of got a lot of pressure on it. Maybe I can put enough pressure on this other side with this one to make it kind of flip over. Uh-oh. Well, so much for that. Alright. Well. Alright, well, let's try something else. So the trailer's wanting to move whenever I try to flip it over, so what if I park the tractor right about there? And then I'll try scooping up underneath this other log that's already sticking out. Maybe I can get more leverage on this end here. I just don't have enough power and weight on that tractor to flip it. Alright, now that's interesting. That log came out of there. Maybe that'll lighten the load a bit. Let's see. Probably won't lighten it much, but no, it's done enough. Golly. Okay, well, there's only one thing I can think of that's left to try. And that's we gotta go get our skidder. This thing's got a lot of power, plus that blade on the front might do something. If this doesn't work, I don't know what else to do other than just unstrap it if I can and let the logs roll out. Okay, now let's see if I can come on, skidder. There we go. Oh, yeah. We got it, I think. If I can get my skidder on... Well, that could be a problem there. That could be a problem. Yeah, the problem is I can get the blade under there enough, but I saw what happened. The front of the skidder ran up on there and got hung. And now we're hung on the straps, I think. I think I can try one more thing. Alright. Now let's get the skidder and get the blade over on the other side. Maybe we can get the blade up high enough to hook it onto the side, and then we'll just back the skidder up and maybe it'll come on down. We got some tension on the other side with the tractor. I just don't know if that's gonna go. That's not gonna go high enough though. Could try something with the grapple, I suppose, but oh, we almost had it. Almost had it. Now, will it stay? Alright, finally. Skidder to the rescue. Oh, man. What a chore. Alright, so let's go, while we're here, let's go ahead and pick up this little boy. And we'll get the little skid steer moved over. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to be a little bit more careful about going around curves with a fully loaded log trailer. But I tell you what, those the straps, you know, they either hurt you or help you. I mean, it was nice that the straps kept the logs from, you know, rolling out of there whenever I tumped it over. But at the same time, it makes for a big chore to get it tumped back over because it's so heavy. Okay, now I wonder if I can load up this skid steer and then drop off the header little saw at the top up here. Maybe it'll stay. I don't know if I can strap it. It should stay though. I just have to be careful and not make any crazy maneuvers. Alright, now where was that other? If I can even get it. Gosh. I tell you what, this little skid steer, it just is crazy. It gets hung up on the least little thing. I missed it. And of course not. Pump the log trailer, stick the skid steer, what next? Yeah, it's not going anywhere. That's just great. Wow. Alright. So, forget that. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the implement itself. I can figure out, there it is. We're going to reset that sucker to the shop. Okay. Now. We'll test out and see if this saw will ride up here on the front. We can at least do that. I won't hook it back up. Okay. It seems to be riding pretty good. Now let's not get in too big of a hurry going down this hill. Let's see where we're going. Okay, we're going to just north of field 12. Remember, field 12 is where we planted those poplars, and it won't be this next game day, but I believe sometime in the second after this one, we should have the poplars to be ready to harvest, and hopefully by then we'll have enough money to buy the that forager. Everything seems to be riding pretty good. And we're coming up on a turn here. And this is our turn. Oop, no, it was the next one. Oh well. Just do a little off-roading here in our log truck. And while I'm looking at the silo, I need to remember to finish unloading that. I think there's still a little bit of grain left in there we can sell to get a little extra income. Probably won't be much, but at least it'll be something. Okay, here we go. Field number 12. Let's see how our poplars are doing. Okay, they're still in that first growth state, so nothing's changed there. But let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to set up. Get our at least a little area cleared, maybe cut down a few trees, get an area cleared for our other equipment that's going to be moving in. I believe kind of right in the middle is going to be good, so we'll have to get up here and see what we got. I don't remember. Up here this lookout tower or whatever this is might be a good spot. No, probably not. Probably have to clear off a spot right around here. I don't think there's much else. So let's just go ahead and offload it here. And we'll get a few trees cut. We'll go ahead and do that right now. We've got just a little bit of time left in this video. I don't want to go too long, but we've got some time here. Oops, wrong button again. I try to have that display up there off so it's not in the way. It kind of is necessary sometimes to see when you can attach and when you can't. Okay, so let's just get a few little trees cut here so we can have a clearing for our other equipment to move in. And I really kind of need that stump grinder too to get a good spot cleared off. We've got some extra money, so I may have to do that. Okay, that should be good. I'll go ahead and cut this one down too. Alright. So let's get our little boy back over to the shop. And I'll truck, we'll go get the log trailer, and we'll haul that to the sawmill, and then we'll be done for this video. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up there. It must be the biomass plant, like silage bins. I always like moving to a new spot. I don't particularly like the end part where you got all the stumps everywhere and the treetops you got to pick up. I like cutting down some new areas, so it'll be fun. I really need that harvester though. I'd like to be able to cut them up into the right lengths without having to use a chainsaw and worry about the tops and stuff, and just have the harvester do all that stuff. Let's pass O.J. Simpson. Alright, let's try this again. Let's get this other log loaded on here that we dropped. Where'd it go? And we cut this little piece off, so we get that too. Well, that got a little screwy. Didn't realize I was that far over. See if I can't fix that real quick, and then we'll be done with that. Okay, that should work. Once we strap that down, that should be good. Oh yeah. Alright. Well, my computer has kind of gone all stuttery. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Hope not. Not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really take it careful. This load here is heavy. I'm trying to keep it to where the camera doesn't go into the log trailer, because that's will cause a wreck for sure. I don't particularly like the in-camera view, so I'm just trying to keep in this outside view so I can watch my trailer, see what's going on. I got quite a load on this one here. Okay, we're going way long on this video, more than I usually go, but let's go ahead and get this tractor over there. I'm just going to use this one since it's closest, and we'll get the logs tipped over and sold, and then that's going to be it. And it looks like my stuttering issue has worked itself out. It must have been just the truck or the trailer or something causing the graphics to stutter. Everything is looking normal now. Not sure if y'all can see that in the video. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was getting cute. Trying to get funny honking the horn and let go of the wrong button and then dropped off my grapple. Well, I hate to ask what else could go wrong in this video, but we've just about covered most of the bases. Now let's see what we get for this load. This is a big load this time, so let's see what we get here. I'm hoping for maybe 20,000 or so. I don't know if we can get that much though. Well, I guess it was close to that. We had about 210,000, so we got about 26,000 or something or so. All right. Well, I'm not going to take the time to drive the tractor back over. I'll do that off camera, so we'll be ready to go for next time. I am going to hook up the truck though, so we'll be ready to haul that back. Okay, well, unfortunately, we had an accident with our log trailer and finally got it straightened out. That took a little bit longer time than I thought. And so this is going to be it for this video. We almost have enough to buy the forager for the poplar, and maybe next video we can do that. We should have I'd say probably one more load at the job site where we're at now, and we'll have to chip up the rest of that stuff and get that sold, and then we'll move on to the next site, and maybe either at the next site or at the end of, maybe some wood chip selling or something at the other site, we'll have enough to buy the forager and the header. So until next time, we'll see you. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and this is Jonathan signing off.